Guys, it's Gabby back again for another video. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are having a good month so far. I just want to do another tag. You guys are probably like, another tag? Why? I hope you guys are liking them though, nonetheless. I actually get a lot of my tag recommendations from my best friend Jessica, who you have seen on my channel like twice already, I believe. So every time she puts up a video and it's like a tag relating to blindness, I always ask her to send me the questions because a lot of them seem really interesting. So yep, today we're gonna do the impact of blindness tag. First question: what is your eye condition? My eye condition is optic atrophy. I talked a little bit about this last month when I did the disability tag, but yeah, I'm gonna link some of the information that I have here in the description box down below, along with the list of other eye conditions. So I looked up some of the symptoms because I lost my sight at a young age, so I didn't really know a lot of the symptoms. I didn't really understand like my eye condition. So there's that. Some of the symptoms include blurred vision, difficulty with peripheral or side vision, difficulties with color vision, and reduction in sharpness of vision. Why can I never speak? Anyways, question number 2. Is your eye condition progressive or stable? My eye condition is stable. It doesn't change at all. It stays the same. Nothing ever really changes about it. So there's that. Does your eye condition fluctuate from day to day? Again, no, it stays pretty stable. There are a lot of different eye conditions. Again, I'll link that down below, that change throughout the day and are not as stable as some others. So, name 3 positive qualities or personality traits that being blind has fostered in you. Ooh. Okay. I think one quality is that, wow, that's hard because I feel like it's definitely made me more proactive. Like, I've had to become more proactive because of that. Not to say that if I was sighted that I wouldn't be, but I think, again, because I request a lot of accommodations, not much, but I have accommodations and things like that. I have to be more proactive and I have to advocate more. So definitely that. I would also say it's made me a little bit more confident over the past couple of years. I think when I was first, diagnosed, obviously I was still really little. I was a baby, but as I got older, it took me time to adjust because I was not born blind. And a lot of people think that I was, but no, I wasn't born with blindness. I lost my sight at around 18 months old or 2 years old. No, I think I had the tumor when I was 18 months, yeah. And so I had to really learn how to adjust, not because it was it was a new thing. It was a new, it's something new I had to live with, This is part of my life. This is part of who I am. It's not fully who I am. And I think that a lot of people tend to think that blindness is all that I am. But there is so much more to me. And I think because of my blindness, it's made me realize that I don't have to always be looked at in that way. I realize now that yes, this is a part of who I am. It's a part of my life, and it's something that I've had to go about my life explaining to a lot of people, but I'm a normal human being. I'm a regular person. I'm a regular 21-year-old girl who loves shopping, fashion, skincare, beauty. I like partying here and there, hanging out with my friends. I like watching movies, all of the normal, regular things. And I think that the confidence that I've gotten from learning through programs, that has definitely impacted me more. Because like I said, growing up, I didn't want to tell people. Like, if people didn't know that I was blind, I was always like, well, I don't want to tell them. Like, why do I need to tell them? And I feel like this camera isn't facing me. Oh wait, it is. Okay. I have to like check it. Yeah. No, but definitely confidence. Trying to think, what are 2 other personality traits or qualities? I think that it's made me realize, like, I don't know if this counts as like a personality trait, or it might count as like somewhat of a quality, but it's made me want to help other people who have disabilities, help other people with blindness to understand that they don't have to beat themselves up over something that they could not control. Because we don't come into this life saying, I want to go blind at the age of whatever. You know, we're not given the opportunity and the chance to do things like that. So I think a lot of the time, people who are in my life, like a lot of my friends, people who are younger who I've spoken to before at different events and programs who are completely blind or who have recently lost their vision, a lot of the time, people like that are shy. They don't want to really open up and explain their disability to somebody because they think that that person is going to look at them differently. Well, you know what? So what? Let them look at you differently, because only you know deep down what you are capable of. Only you know that your disability is not you. You were just, you know, given that, and it's not your fault. And so I think because of my blindness and because I lost my sight, my disability has definitely made me want to help the blind community more, because I know what it feels like to feel shut out. I know what it feels like to not want to speak up and speak out about what you need and what you want and talk about your disability openly. I know how that feels, and I know the uncomfort, the discomfort, the uncomfort. Who says that? The uncomfort. Don't mind me. The discomfort of wanting to, or I should say not wanting to, you know, explain to people what your disability is. And so I'm really happy that I'm able to like bring content like this to my channel and to share it with the blind community. You know, I'm part of a group on Facebook, and it's just blind YouTubers, which I'm so happy that that exists, because I was telling a friend, I'm like, I really want to create a space where blind creators and digital creators can just network. We can do collabs. We can feel comfortable enough to speak to each other openly and say, you know, this is what I want to do for my channel. Like, would you want to collab? I haven't had the chance to collab with anybody just yet, but I still think that it's, you know, through doing this, giving you guys content, even to my sighted friends and to my peers and people on social media, giving you guys this content is not for me to just be like, look at me, I'm blind, look at me. No, I don't do that to get the attention of me being blind. And I think a lot of people are mistaken by that. They think, oh, look at her, she's just doing another blindness video. But that's not the case. I only do this because I am one blind person. This is my life. These are my stories, my experiences. These are what the facts that I know. Every blind person that you will ever meet in your life, yes, we might have the same exact eye condition. We might be kind of similar, but we are living our lives in a totally different way. And I think that for me, again, like bringing this content to you is to educate. It's to help you understand how to respectfully help a blind person like myself. So that's what I want to say for that. I don't really know any other qualities though. I think confidence, definitely the, you know, being able to advocate more, just because those two have definitely helped me to, you know, be the person that I am. And yeah, so my mom's phone is so loud. What is one way being blind makes your life better? Like I previously mentioned, the confidence, also the experiences, the opportunities, because growing up, I said this last month, but like growing up, I was given the chance to really get to understand the life of a sighted person by attending programs where we would bike ride, we would rock climb, we would do a lot of daily normal tasks. And I think that I have a different outlook on life because of my disability. And I think that I come across a lot of sighted people. I've been bullied a lot. You know, middle school I was bullied. People have said things and they thought that I like didn't hear them. Not in middle school, but in general. And I think that sighted people who don't understand automatically assume like, oh, she's blind. She's not like me. She doesn't like regular things. And I constantly say this in my videos because it's so true. A lot of sighted people automatically have this judgment and this view and their perspective of a blind person when they first interact with them, or even if they don't interact with them and they're just around them. It's like, you can't say these things about me because you don't know me. You don't take the time to get to know me. You don't want to know me. And so automatically your first like instant reaction, I cannot talk, guys, I'm so sorry. Your first immediate reaction is like, oh, nope, just gonna stand here and awkwardly judge somebody because I don't know what their life is like. But instead of people actually admitting to things like that, they would rather be like, oh, you know, make all these judgments and all of these remarks. And I feel that in situations like that, you know, if I'm close enough to the person, like, and I'm in earshot of what they're saying, I now am able to be like, you know what, no, like, you don't have the right to stand there and tell me that, or even say things like that about me, because that's not who I am. I'm not that person that you think of me. I'm not the person that you think I am. And I am more than just a blind person. I am more than that. There's so much more to me. And I am happy that I'm able to have my own channel, because when I'm finally able to get back to normal, and everybody is, I want to really take you guys on the journey and see, you know, a day in the life of a blind girl, because you'll then see, yeah, I may always be like, yeah, there's so much more to me, but I can't say that unless I'm showing it to you. And I'm sorry that I'm not always able to show that to you, but when all of this is done and I'm, you know, business is back to normal, I want to really bring you guys along with me so you can see what my day-to-day life is like. But there's definitely things like that. And so I think that for me, back to the question, sorry, I got so distracted. It's definitely made my life better, because I don't think I would be the person that I am had I been sighted. Like, I think obviously I would have been the same type of person, but I don't think that my outlook on life and the way that I approach situations and just everything that I do on a daily basis would have been the same. And there's days when I'm like, why am I blind? Like, why did this happen to me? But then there's also days where I'm grateful and where I don't complain, because you know what? We all have baggage that we have to carry with us for life. I heard that somewhere years ago, and I have been saying that forever, because it's true. Everybody has something that that they have to carry around with them for life. And I have to sneeze. Is it gonna go away? Nope. Bless me. No, but there's definitely things that everybody has to carry with them in life. And for me, it's my blindness. It doesn't make me less of a person. It doesn't mean that I have special opportunities. It just means that I approach things differently. So I think that's definitely one way. What is one way that being blind has made your life more challenging? Oof. One way? I only can talk about one way it's made my life more challenging? Okay. Well, I think just in general, interacting with other people. There's definitely some difficulty, and I am very social and very friendly, but again, I'm gonna mention it. There are times where I can tell, or even when I can't tell immediately, it's just hard in general, because people are sometimes intimidated by somebody like me who is blind. And because of that, it makes it harder to communicate with them, and it makes it harder to try to become friends with that person. I mean, that's just one example, but I also think just yes, there's pros and cons to how I approach life, cuz like I previously mentioned in the last question, it's made my life better in the way that I approach certain things, but I also think it's harder to the challenging part is also how I can approach the situations, because yes, it may be different, but you still get judged. You get judged, you get remarks, you get, people react to you differently. And so I think those are like two ways. What is an experience or opportunity that you have had because of your blindness? Growing up, being able to interact with other blind individuals. I think that for me, that really did help me to get the chance to understand how our life is supposed to be. Obviously, like I mentioned, we all live it differently, we all approach it differently. Yeah, so being able to meet blind individuals and really understand the way that they approach situations and the way that they have what their outlook is on life. I'm grateful that I had that, and I'm grateful that I was able to make friends through those programs. Two of my best friends who you have seen on my channel, you know, because I have them in my life, things are sometimes still going to be hard, because all three of us get judged anyways, and so at the end of the day, I'm so happy that I'm able to call them up and just be like, this is what happened to me today, and know that they're going to understand, because they are blind and they understand what that means. They understand the judgment, they understand the discomfort. And so yeah, I think that's definitely one opportunity that I'm really happy that I was able to attend these programs, learn about ways to really grow, and also appreciate my disability. I think a lot of the time blind individuals are like, ugh, I'm blind, like why did this happen? And like I said, that happens to me on occasion, but I mean, this is, again, part of my life. So they really did show us, like, this is how you should, go about. And obviously you're gonna have your own ideas on that, which is perfectly fine, but those were just like the basics. What is one thing that you wish you could do that being blind makes harder for you? I hope that question made sense. It didn't really make sense to me the way I wrote it. One thing, oof, there's a few. Driving, because I wish, me and my friends, Jessica and Chelsea, we always talk about this. Always, always, always. We're like, I wish I could just get up and go in my car and go to Starbucks or go hang out with my friends and not have to validate, like, hey, I'm going out, And it's not that we have to always do that, but when you're blind, like, your parents are always really, really extra, like, protective. And I wish I had the chance to just get in the car, go for a drive, get ice cream or whatever. And that's just something that, obviously, like, a blind person can experience. And I kind of wish that it was different, but hey. What is something you could do that surprises people who don't know you? I mean, if we're talking about, like, the blindness part of it, I guess so, because this is the impact of blindness. I think that a lot of the time, sighted people don't think that we can, like, do things in general. So when I went to this program years ago, it was the Braille Challenge, and I had first started using an iPhone at the time, and a lot of the parents who had blind children who were younger than me would come up to my mom and I and be like, how is she doing it? And I know it wasn't in a disrespectful way to be like, oh my gosh, but it was so shocking to them to see a blind person on a regular iPhone, because that's not what they know. So they would come over to me and be like, can you sit with my child for a few minutes and just, like, demonstrate, like, how this works? Like, I really want to get them a phone. And I think that that's something that surprises people a lot, is just, like, how I use my phone, how I use social media. I get that question a lot, like, how do you have Instagram and Twitter, and how do you post on these things? How do you know if a picture is worthy of, like, getting posted? But a lot of the time, I don't know if it's worthy of getting posted. I have to ask my brothers or my mom to clarify with me, hey, does this picture look good? Oh, no? Okay, let's take it over. So yeah, those are definitely some things that surprise people. I've done a lot of demonstrations with my phone to show, like, sighted people how I use Instagram, and they're always like, this is so cool. So yeah, I don't know. If you had the chance to tell the sighted community one thing, what would it be? This is the last question, so I gotta make this good. Okay. To the sighted community, before you jump to conclusions and judge somebody with a disability, it doesn't even have to be blindness, but before you jump to conclusions and judge that person, please take the time to get to know us. Take the time to ask the respectful questions that need to be asked. And please don't make assumptions. Please don't judge us. I know that's, like, more than one thing, but it's a list. Please don't judge us. Please don't try to disrespect us and make remarks. Because just like you wouldn't want somebody to stand there and be like, oh, that person's not capable of doing X, Y, and Z. You would want them to take the time to actually understand your life, right? So please, if it's a blind person or anybody else with a disability, please genuinely take the time to get to know somebody and don't make these preconceived assumptions of us. That is all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that this was educational, and I hope that, it wasn't too too much because I talk a lot, so I'm sure a lot of my answers were very, very long. But I will link all of the information down below. Remember to turn those notifications on to find out when I upload videos, and also head on over to my social media and check out whatever I'm doing throughout the week. Bye, see you next time.